Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Team Ace Invitational, and it's the last map in this best of 5 between Slayers and Incredible Miracle. At the top right of Talarim Altar, we have Slayers GanZi starting in the yellow. He started off with 2 wins against his opponent, and now he lost the last 2 maps. This is Slayers GanZi.
And up here in the top left is a multiple GSL champion. He has won so many tournaments, it is ridiculous, but he's on the verge of either victory or defeat in this last game. It is Incredible Miracle's MVP.
I am Caldo, and I'm casting today once again with Moltrap. Quite a pleasure. We had a lot of awesome games. I really loved what we've seen so far about those players, and we have GanZi with the refinery first. He is taking his gas already, and this comes all down to the question if GanZi is able to get back into this mindset that he needs to beat MVP. MVP must feel just brilliant now. Coming back into that series, losing the first 2 games, and now he is in the 5th one, and he might be able to pull off exactly the comeback that we've been waiting for, to win 3 games in a row. GanZi, of course, has other plans, so this map will be the last one for today, and the winner takes it. Well, not takes it all, but takes a lot more than losing.
That's true. Yes, again, 10 million won for the winner, only 5 million won for the loser of this match, but still, you know, If you take GanZi, let's say if GanZi loses this game and loses 3-2, you can still be proud of yourself for that. Took MVP to a 3-2 situation, took him to a game 5, and you still come out with 2nd place in the tournament. That is nothing to laugh at. But here we have GanZi has gone for the early factory, whereas MVP is actually getting a 2nd barracks early on in order to accompany the reactored barracks he has. Actually, we might see this kind of double barracks where you have 1 reactor and 1 tech lab play, where you just put on some early pressure with some early upgrades and triple production Marines coming from MVP. Now, if GanZi gets Hellions, though, he's going to be able to deal with it pretty well. And the SCV Scout does get in. Will it actually see anything, though? It has not seen GanZi's buildings yet.
But he saw the double gas, so he should be aware of what's going to happen. At least I think he saw the 2nd gas as well.
I'm not sure if he saw the 2nd gas. Let me double check here. No, he didn't see the other gas. The Marine chased it away from all of his important buildings, so very well done by GanZi denying that scout.
At the same time, by the way, we've got the starboard, we have the tech lab, and for MVP, that tech lab as well with the double barracks. I really love that in this best of 5 series we've seen so many different strategies, and this is just quite a treat. This is Terran versus Terran at its best. We have Concussive Shell being researched, we have the Marauders being produced, as well as Marines, so early game pressure by MVP. And GanZi, he's now trying to get that Banshee. This is going to be quite exciting. It's the last map, ladies and gentlemen. The score is tied, and this map will decide who's going to win the Team Ace Invitational. The Banshee is being produced. There's no tech for Cloak just yet. Now he starts it. And at the same time, MVP is moving out.
Yeah, this is basically going to come down to a battle between Cloak Banshees and an early ground army. This is going to be interesting because MVP, you know, he's going for a lot of early bio. He's not saving scans right now. He is moving out with a lot of units, and he's actually going to have his attack arrive before Cloak is finished. So it's going to be a micro battle between the Banshees and this wall.
And there was 1 SCV scouting now the opponent's main base, and the SCV tried to be clever and to dodge the Xelnaga watchtower, and by doing that it missed the incoming attack arrives now at the wall off and is attacking the factory straight away. Now GanZi trying to get a bunker into the mix as well. There's the Banshee. No Cloak just yet, taking a lot of hits.
Yeah, but he does have that wall of buildings that he can use to micro against. If he micros perfectly, GanZi, no, he doesn't micro perfectly. The Banshee goes down. He's desperately trying to buy time, trying to repair that factory long enough to get his bunker up, to put Marines in the bunker.
Oh, God.
And this is looking really bad for GanZi. MVP with a straight-up rush with a massive units is doing so much damage. The factory is going to fall. The tank is canceled. He will not complete a tank. The factory goes down.
And so will the barracks. The bunker is ready. Here we go. This is looking horrible for GanZi now. 30 supply against 50. And MVP, he's just taking position at that bunker and is getting an expansion at the same time. Oh, GanZi now in a lot of trouble. He's just in a world of pain right now. There's the forces of MVP moving towards the mineral line. This is looking horrible for him.
Yeah, this is really bad. He's trying to move around that bunker. Yeah, GanZi realizes that bunker is not going to do anything. This is the last stand for GanZi, moving in with all of his Marines, all of his SCVs, trying desperately to fight this off. The Banshee is in play as well, but MVP is not taking the bait. He's going straight for the Marines, and it looks like MVP will barely be held off.
Wow.
But he killed
25 SCVs. This is just so painful to watch right now. We have 6 SCVs for GanZi, 27 for his opponent, an expansion as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to call it. Even though there's one Banshee trying to sneak into the main base of MVP, this game is over. We can expect GG any second. MVP is able to win the Team Ace Invitational.
As soon as GanZi sees the turret in MVP's main supply line, he basically would have to kill every single unit with that one Banshee, and he's not going to with that turret there. So he is just trying desperately. He gave up really easily in the middle of the game. Last game, wanted to get on with it and go on to this game, but he is fighting for all he has in this game. If he loses this game, it is the match and the tournament, so he does not want to give up, but he is in such a desperate situation. I don't think there's any coming back from this for GanZi.
33 workers killed for MVP. Right now we have the incredible miracle play on 27 SCVs against 4 of them. The Banshees are going to die very soon as well. This game is just over. Those Banshees are doing a lot of damage, but in the end they won't be able to kill the SCVs of his opponent simply due to the fact that there are too many missile turrets, and all MVP needs to do is just take his time in order to win this game. He has his opponent doesn't have an economy.
Yeah, pretty much. He is still producing SCVs. He's up to like 6 now or 7. And at least GanZi did kill off the tech lab and force a cloak cancel. I'm sorry, not cloak, stim cancel. So he's actually, doing some significant damage here.
Yeah, he's putting in quite an effort.
And this is interesting. He's actually, GanZi has his Marines in MVP's base, and he's kind of guarding his own Marines with his Banshees.
Okay, that would be the comeback of the century, to be honest. But still, with all those cloaked Banshee, needs to be careful. The economy of MVP is just so good.
Oh, no, the scan goes off. He needs every Banshee. Oh, the energy runs out as well, but he does escape with that Banshee alive. But
and he's trying to rebuild his economy.
Oh, look at this.
And
no, he's not. He's bringing in all of his SCVs to repair his Banshees right now. And MVP's just bunkered in his little base. He's turtled there. Wow, this is actually really interesting. He's trying to build a bunker within range of the turret so that he can kill off those turrets and do more damage with his Banshees. The Banshees are so low on health, though.
GanZi,
no,
really?
No, don't do it!
Oh, there's the first Banshee being killed, and will there be a scan? He's going to take out the other Banshee. He shouldn't focus so much on the Marines. He should just try to scan and take out the Banshees. That would immediately end the game.
Well, this is interesting, actually, because he is killing a lot of SCVs of MVPs, because MVP brought off SCVs to repair the tech lab. He brought off SCVs to guard against those Marines, and he's actually killed a lot of them with these Banshees. And look, he's going to kill even more SCVs here. GanZi is sort of getting back into this game. He's not really.
The scan? What is MVP doing?
Oh no, GanZi!
But look at the 2 command centers. He has so much energy. Finally, the scan kills the Banshee and ending the game right now.
Wow, it was a valiant effort by GanZi to get back into it, but he threw away his Banshees. He was on the verge of getting back into it and kind of gave up. You could see he was fighting for all he was worth, and then just threw away his Banshees onto turrets, let that Banshee stand there and didn't micro it while the Marines killed it. That was just kind of, you could see GanZi's heart go out of the game.
He did actually do a lot better than I thought. After MVP killed all of his SCVs and GanZi was down to 6, I definitely expected the GG any second, but with the Banshees, he just tried to go for it, and despite the turrets that we've seen in the main base of MVP, he did a lot of damage. Also due to the fact that MVP didn't have the stim just yet, he couldn't just stim in. And I have to say that MVP slipped a little bit in the last encounters. He focused down the SCVs of his opponent, and he didn't really just scan the Banshees and kill them, because the Banshees were the really crucial thing in those encounters. And MVP now, just with a lot of Marines that he built, is trying to attack. He's on 53 supply. There's another Banshee. Here is the scan. He has two command centers and is now just going for it. MVP with a little bit of delay about to end this game. But GanZi, well, here's my respect. He put up a valiant effort in order to get back into this game. I wouldn't have expected him to do that.
Yeah, GanZi is desperately trying to micro this Banshee, but yeah, there's one more scan. Another Banshee is on the way, but MVP does have one last scan saved up just in case, and he's trying to end the game right here. GanZi put up such a good effort. Here he comes. I said it before, but this really is his last stand. No, MVP is going to back off and wait for another round of Marines before going for this final attack. But the next attack that MVP makes is going to be GanZi's last stand.
And we have Combat Shield being completed now as well. There's the GG!
MVP has taken the series and is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the Team Ace Invitational. Every team sent out 2 of their top players to compete in this tournament, and incredible miracles, MVP has done it.
I just have to say again how impressed I was with GanZi's attempt to get back into that game. MVP just annihilated him. There was nothing left for GanZi to do except to type GG. He had those 3 to 4 Banshees, and he just said, okay, well, I know that my opponent doesn't have the tech structures. I am ahead in tech. I have the cloak ability. I'm just trying to get even with him and trying to kill those SCVs. And even when he saw the missile turrets, he just tried to kill the production buildings. He tried to kill as many of his Marines as possible with an awesome micro. Was going for that harassment the whole time, dancing with the Banshee. And he did a really awesome job, was nearly able to come back into this game. But in the end, there was just too much. The economy of MVP was just so good. And you said it, MVP, he's the champion. He pulled off that comeback with winning 3 games in a row after being behind with 2-0. That was just amazing play by the incredible Miracle player.
Yeah, and it's a little bit unfortunate that the last game did end in just a situation where you had GanZi just go for a build where he didn't have any units. He didn't have any units. He was basically just all teching, and he didn't scout that attack until it was already at his front doorstep. I was just watching the replay to double check, actually, and he wasn't able to get an SCV into MVP's base. So if he'd scouted the 2 racks attack, he might have been able to do more about it. He might have been able to get a bunker up in time, but with no bunker and no defense, it just really came down to MVP had a bunch of units, and GanZi had a Banshee, and that was the difference. And he didn't expect that on a map like Tal'Darim Altar, which is a larger map. He would have expected MVP to go for a fast command center, and it just didn't happen.
And you already mentioned in the game itself that the Banshee control of GanZi, I mean, let's be honest about it, the first Banshee that really sucked. If you would have had the same micro with the first Banshee that he had with the other ones that attacked the main base of MVP later on when he tried to get back into the game, that might have ended differently. At least MVP would have had a much harder time in order to kill that many SCVs. So, yeah, GanZi had a lot of trouble coming into that main base. All these units killing his wall off, killing his tech, but still he could have done just a tiny little bit better. I have to say, MVP pulling off that incredible miracle of winning 3 games in a row, so that team name is well deserved. But GanZi, I feel a little sorry for him.
I do too, man. That was his chance, and he was ahead 2-0. He must have been feeling so golden in that situation, and not really. It's not like he lost the last 3 games because he made a bunch of mistakes. He just got a little bit outplayed, and just unfortunately the decision making he made, things just luck went against him basically, and couldn't quite pull it off. Although a little bit puzzled by the fact that he went for mass bio against Mech in game number 4 on Daybreak. And but the Banshee play there was just beautiful. But again, yeah, he just couldn't quite pull it off. And MVP's going to take the win. But again, like we were talking about even before that game, props to GanZi. Do not want to take anything away from him. He actually took MVP to a game for number 5, and he was on the verge of taking out MVP in the finals here. Just couldn't quite pull it off. And still gets second place, defeating a lot of strong players on the way to this situation, on the way to the finals. So you don't want to take anything away from GanZi here.
No, definitely not. As I already mentioned, I was really impressed by him. But in the end, MVP, he won the whole thing, and rightly so. Being able to win 3 games in a row after being behind with 2-0, that's quite something. So, yeah, I guess that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to do it for the Team Ace Invitational. We hope you guys enjoyed it from beginning to end. We had a lot of great games in the group play, in the round of 8. The semifinals yesterday were excellent, and the finals today were top-notch games. So we hope you guys enjoyed them as much as we did casting them. I am Moltrap. With me is Caldor, and we are going to sign off for today. MVP is your champion, ladies and gentlemen, and IM takes yet another championship. And we're going to be back tomorrow, of course, for Code A round of 48. The Foreigners are playing tomorrow. We actually have some really interesting games tomorrow. The Foreigners are playing. We also have one of the StarCraft 1 professionals, OGS. He's OGS Finn now. He used to be 4GG. He's going to be playing in Code A tomorrow as well. So a lot of players who I'm really looking forward to seeing how they can fare in Code A tomorrow. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be back at our normal time at 6:10 p.m. Korean Standard Time. It's going to be a few hours later than this broadcast started tomorrow.
And I'm really looking forward to those games as well, especially to the rematch. The rematch of Naiva against Lucky.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Naniwa can bring out against Lucky in this series. He actually he did really well last season. Can he just pick up his game a little bit more and take out Lucky this season? We're going to find out. So again, that's going to do it. Make sure you tune in for Code A tomorrow. And go ahead and add me on Twitter. I am at Moltrap. Caldor is at Caldor. And you can tell us what you thought about the Team Ace Invitational, and we will see you next time.